Close your eyes now and let the whispers of the past carry you away. Tonight, we journey to a time long before recorded history, to a place that challenges our understanding of civilization's dawn, Göbekli Tepe. Imagine, if you will, a landscape vastly different from the one you know. The rolling hills of southeastern Turkey, bathed in the golden light of a pre-dawn sun, thousands of years ago. No towering cities, no bustling markets, just the quiet hum of nature. And yet, nestled within that landscape, something extraordinary was taking shape. Stone by painstaking stone, human hands were building something monumental, something sacred. We don't know exactly who they were, these ancient builders. No written records survive to tell their stories. Only the stones themselves, whispering secrets across the millennia. Picture them working together, perhaps under the watchful eyes of elders, their tools simple, their purpose profound. They hauled massive T-shaped pillars, some weighing more than 10 tons, transporting them from distant quarries. How did they do it? We can only speculate, marveling at their ingenuity, their strength, their shared vision. Slowly, meticulously, they erected these pillars, arranging them in circles, meticulously crafting intricate carvings into their surfaces. These carvings aren't simple decorations. They depict animals, wild creatures, majestic and powerful, foxes, boars, lions, and birds soaring through the sky. Some see in these carvings stories of hunts, others interpretations of the natural world, perhaps even spiritual beliefs. Whatever their meaning, these carvings connect us to a time of deep connection with the earth, a time before agriculture, a time when humanity's relationship with nature was different, more intertwined. The air is still. The only sounds are the gentle rustle of leaves and the distant cry of a bird. As you drift off, imagine yourself standing amidst these ancient stones, feeling the weight of history, the mystery of the past pressing down upon you, the quiet awe of a world far removed from our own. And let this image, this feeling, lull you into a peaceful sleep. The sun beat down on the dry, dusty landscape of southeastern Turkey. It was the 1960s, and the land held its secrets close, secrets buried beneath the unforgiving earth for millennia. A farmer, tending his fields near the village of Orenchik, wasn't looking for history. He was simply making a living. But the earth, in its quiet way, had other plans. As he worked, his plow struck something hard, something ancient and unexpected. It was a stone, unlike any he'd ever seen before, intricately carved with symbols that whispered of a time long past. Words slowly spread. News of the unusual discovery reached Klaus Schmidt, a young archaeologist whose curiosity was as vast as the unknown landscape itself. He arrived, his gaze drawn to the unremarkable hill, now quietly hinting at its extraordinary burden. The first excavations were tentative, cautious steps into a world lost to time. Slowly, painstakingly, they began to unearth the truth. Each layer of earth revealed more of the story, like gently turning the pages of an ancient book. Giant T-shaped pillars, taller than a man, emerged from the soil, their surfaces adorned with striking carvings of animals, majestic lions, soaring birds, strange creatures half remembered in the mists of prehistory. It was a monumental task, uncovering these massive stones, a work of immense patience and respect for the past. Imagine the sun on their backs, the quiet hum of their work in the stillness of the Anatolian plateau. Slowly, the full extent of the discovery began to unfold. This was no ordinary settlement. This was Göbekli Tepe, a place of immense significance, a site pushing back the boundaries of our understanding of human history, challenging our assumptions about the development of civilization. The carvings, so meticulously rendered, seemed to tell stories of rituals, of beliefs, of a complex society existing thousands of years before what we previously thought possible. And with each carefully removed stone, each painstakingly documented find, the mystery of Göbekli Tepe deepened, its secrets slowly, gently revealed. Now, close your eyes and imagine, drifting away to a land of rolling hills and ancient secrets. We're traveling back in time to southeastern Turkey, a place where the sun warms the earth and history whispers on the wind. This is where you'll find Göbekli Tepe, nestled in a landscape that's both rugged and beautiful. Picture sun-drenched hills, a landscape sculpted by time and the slow, patient hand of nature. The air is clear and crisp, perhaps carrying the scent of wild herbs and distant wood smoke. It's a land connected deeply to the Fertile Crescent, that cradle of civilization we've discussed. This Fertile Crescent, you see, wasn't just a single place, but a sweep of land, a crescent moon shape, stretching across parts of modern-day Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Israel, Palestine, and yes, Turkey. It was a region blessed with rich soil, plentiful water, and a climate perfect for growing a wide variety of crops. Imagine lush fields of wheat and barley swaying gently in the breeze, providing sustenance for the earliest farmers. It was here, in this bountiful land, that the first villages took root and the first steps towards civilization were taken. Göbekli Tepe sits in a strategic location within this ancient heartland. Not far from the Euphrates River, a vital artery of the region, bringing life-giving water to the land. The site itself wasn't on the most fertile ground. It was slightly higher up, offering perhaps a better vantage point, a sense of overlooking the surrounding area. Imagine the builders choosing this spot carefully, considering the views, the access to water, and the proximity to the resources that would support their community. It's a location that speaks of planning, of foresight, of a deep connection to the earth and its gifts. As you drift further into slumber, picture those ancient people, their lives entwined with the rhythms of this land, leaving behind a legacy that continues to fascinate us even today. Now, imagine yourself drifting off to sleep, the gentle hum of the night settling around you. And picture this, a land bathed in the golden light of a setting sun. Before you rise the pillars, giants of stone, reaching for the heavens. They stand tall and proud, each one a testament to a civilization's unwavering strength and meticulous planning. These aren't just simple stones, you see. Each pillar is a colossal T-shape, an enormous block of perfectly hewn rock, so immense that even the strongest among us would struggle to lift a small fraction of its weight. Think of the weight, a burden that would crush most structures. Yet these pillars stand defiant, unwavering in the face of centuries of wind and weather. We're talking hundreds of tons, perhaps even more for the largest ones, a weight that boggles the mind. Picture the scene. Hundreds, maybe thousands of people working together, their movements a symphony of coordinated effort. Ropes of strong fibers, thick as a man's torso, stretched taut. Wooden rollers, painstakingly crafted and polished smooth, creaking under the immense pressure. The slow, methodical inching of these behemoths, a feat of engineering that defies belief. Sweat trickles down brows, muscles strain, and yet they continue, their determination fueled by a shared vision. Generations passed the knowledge, the techniques, the unwavering commitment down through their families. This was more than just a building project, it was a sacred ritual. Imagine the rhythmic chants accompanying their labor, the quiet murmurs of encouragement, the occasional sigh of exertion. The sun rises and sets, day after day, week after week, the work continuing relentlessly. The landscape is slowly transformed, stone by stone, pillar by pillar, a testament to the boundless human capacity for collaboration, perseverance, and enduring artistry. And as the last stone is set in place, a sense of profound accomplishment fills the air. A quiet pride, a deep satisfaction in a job well done. These pillars, these silent sentinels, stand as a reminder of that achievement. Let their strength and majesty lull you into a peaceful slumber. Now, breathe deeply, relax your muscles, and drift off to sleep. Now, as the firelight flickers, let's turn our attention to something truly remarkable. Imagine yourself standing within those ancient halls, the air cool and still. The only sounds the gentle sigh of the wind and the quiet rustle of unseen creatures outside. Your eyes, drawn upward, meet the intricate carvings adorning the massive pillars that hold up the very roof above. These aren't just simple decorations. They're a silent conversation stretching across millennia. Each pillar is a canvas, etched with scenes that seem to whisper stories from a long-lost world. Run your fingers, in your mind, along the smooth, cool stone. Feel the depth of the carvings, the careful detail of each line. There, you see a majestic lion, its mane a swirling cascade of stone, its gaze fixed on something unseen beyond the pillar's curve. Next to it, a smaller creature, perhaps a deer or an antelope, its form elegant and delicate, etched with a precision that belies the passage of centuries. Do they represent power and vulnerability? Perhaps they tell of a hunt, a chase across the plains under a sky filled with ancient stars. And what are those symbols? Strange shapes, repeated and varied across the pillars, like a secret language waiting to be deciphered. Are they the marks of a particular clan? Or perhaps a calendar, tracing the cycles of the seasons, the sun's journey across the sky? We can only guess. Let our imaginations wander among the possibilities. Then there are the more puzzling carvings, small, almost abstract figures, engaged in activities that are hard to interpret now. Are these scenes of everyday life, ritualistic dances, or perhaps, incredibly, the very beginnings of storytelling, moments frozen in stone, passing on ancient myths and legends to future generations who would stand here, just as you are now, captivated by their enigmatic beauty. Let these images settle gently in your mind, a quiet tapestry woven from the threads of time, and drift off to sleep. Now, as the fireflies begin their evening dance, Let's consider the builders of Göbekli Tepe. Who were these people? We don't have a definitive answer, but the whispers from the stones offer some clues. Imagine, if you will, a community living in a time long before writing, a time we can only glimpse through the artifacts they left behind. These weren't just simple hunters and gatherers. The precision of the carvings, the immense scale of the undertaking, suggest a level of social organization and sophisticated knowledge that surprises even today's archaeologists. Picture them, these skilled artisans, working together, perhaps over generations, carefully selecting and shaping enormous T-shaped pillars. They had a deep understanding of astronomy, placing these massive stones in precise alignments, possibly marking solstices or other celestial events. Their lives revolved around the rhythms of nature, the cycles of the seasons, and the abundance or scarcity of food. Hunting and gathering were their primary means of sustenance, a life lived in harmony with the landscape surrounding Göbekli Tepe, a landscape rich with wildlife and wild plants. We can only speculate about their social structure. Did they have leaders? Did they live in small bands or larger, more complex settlements? The sheer scale of Göbekli Tepe hints at a highly cooperative society, a shared understanding and dedication to a monumental project. Perhaps they believed in powerful spirits or deities represented in the intricate carvings adorning the pillars, animals, abstract symbols, and enigmatic figures. Their beliefs are largely unknown, hidden within the enigmatic imagery that continues to inspire wonder. They were undoubtedly a people deeply connected to their world, leaving behind a legacy as monumental as the site itself, a testament to human ingenuity and spiritual connection. The mysteries surrounding their culture, their beliefs, and their daily lives continue to stir our imagination, a captivating puzzle slowly revealing its pieces over time. And as we drift off to sleep, let's imagine them, these ancient people, beneath the same stars that still shine above Göbekli Tepe. Now, as the stars begin to pepper the darkening sky, let's consider Göbekli Tepe, its purpose a gentle mystery whispering on the wind. Was it a place of worship? A temple dedicated to the ancient gods? Imagine the people, their lives intertwined with the rhythms of the seasons, gathering in the cool of the evening, the massive T-shaped pillars casting long shadows as the sun dipped below the horizon. Perhaps they offered prayers, seeking blessings for their harvests, their hunts, their families. The intricate carvings, those enigmatic animals and abstract symbols, would have been illuminated by flickering firelight, their stories unfolding in the heart of the night. Or perhaps it served a different purpose, a purpose closer to the heavens themselves. Some believe Göbekli Tepe was an astronomical observatory, a place where the movements of the sun, moon, and stars were carefully charted. Imagine the priests or wise elders meticulously noting the celestial dance, using the placement of the pillars to track the solstices and equinoxes, marking the passage of time and predicting the seasons. The patterns carved into the stone, some suggest, might be representations of constellations, a prehistoric roadmap of the night sky. But perhaps it wasn't one or the other, but something more, a blending of the earthly and the celestial. Perhaps Göbekli Tepe was a place where the spiritual and the practical intertwined, where the cycle of life and death was mirrored in the celestial cycles above. The people might have gathered not just to pray or to observe the stars, but to understand their place in the grand scheme of things, their connection to both the land and the cosmos. Imagine them hushed and reverent under the watchful gaze of the ancient stones, feeling the weight of history and the immensity of the universe. A place of both profound spiritual significance and practical astronomical knowledge, Göbekli Tepe remains a gentle puzzle, its secrets slowly revealed by the diligent hands of archaeologists, layer by layer, just as the stars slowly unveil themselves in the night. And as you drift off to sleep, perhaps you can feel a connection to those ancient people, their quiet lives under those ancient skies. Now, let's drift gently into the story of the construction, a truly astonishing feat of engineering. Imagine, if you will, a time long before cranes that scraped the sky, before the roar of modern machinery. Picture instead the quiet strength of human ingenuity, the rhythmic creak of wood, the steady, purposeful movement of countless hands. Moving those colossal pillars, each a monument in itself, was a monumental task. They were not just lifted, they were coaxed, guided, and maneuvered with a skill born of generations of experience. Think of the sheer weight, the immense pressure resting on the shoulders of those who guided their journey. Wooden rollers, perhaps, greased with animal fat, eased their passage across the ground, their paths meticulously prepared, smoothed, and strengthened. Ramps, immense inclines of earth and timber, were painstakingly constructed, slowly climbing towards the positions where these giants would stand for centuries. Each inch gained was a victory, each potential misstep a potential catastrophe. Imagine the sounds, the hushed commands, the rhythmic chants of the workers coordinating their efforts, the creak and groan of the massive stones as they inched their way towards their final resting places. The precision required would have been breathtaking, a symphony of human effort orchestrated with an understanding of physics and engineering that belies the era. It wasn't brute force, it was calculated movement, a testament to the patience and skill of those who toiled. And then the raising. Picture the ingenious systems of levers and pulleys, of ropes and counterweights, perhaps even rudimentary cranes crafted from the strongest timber available, all working in perfect harmony. Slowly, methodically, those mighty pillars ascended, inch and agonizing inch, towards the heavens. It must have felt as though the whole world held its breath as each stone found its place, securing a monument to human collaboration and resilience. And as they stood, finally, proud and upright, the workers would have looked upon their accomplishment with a weary satisfaction, knowing they had achieved something truly extraordinary. Now, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and let the image of that ancient construction site fade into the quiet of your slumber. Now, as the firelight flickers and the wind whispers secrets through the trees, let's consider one of history's most enduring puzzles, the mystery of Göbekli Tepe's abandonment. Imagine, if you will, the builders, after centuries of painstaking work, slowly ceasing their efforts. The immense T-shaped pillars, once meticulously carved and erected, are left standing, a testament to a lost civilization's ingenuity. But why? What led them to abandon this monumental site, this marvel of prehistoric architecture? Theories, like the stars themselves, are numerous and fascinating. Some suggest a gradual decline, perhaps linked to environmental changes, a shift in climate, a dwindling of resources, might have slowly forced the people away, leaving their sacred place to the elements. Others propose a more sudden, perhaps catastrophic event, a devastating earthquake, a violent conflict, a sweeping plague. Any number of calamities could have driven the population from their homes, leaving Göbekli Tepe to the encroaching sands. But perhaps the most intriguing theory revolves around a deliberate act, a conscious decision to bury this magnificent place beneath the earth. Picture the scene, a carefully orchestrated process, a community united in a shared purpose. They painstakingly fill the site, covering the intricate carvings, the massive stones, the evidence of a sophisticated culture. Why? Was it a ritualistic burial? A final act of reverence for their ancestors or gods? Did they intend to preserve their sacred space for a future generation, hiding it away for a time when it would be understood? Or was it a desperate attempt to erase something, to bury a painful memory or secret forever beneath the dust? These questions remain unanswered, whispers carried on the wind across millennia. The deliberate burial adds a layer of mystery to an already enigmatic site. It suggests a level of planning and intentionality we can only speculate about. As you drift off to sleep, let the gentle mystery of Göbekli Tepe settle upon you, a calming enigma wrapped in the soft folds of the past. Perhaps in your dreams, you will find the answers that have eluded us for so long. Now, as the embers of our day gently fade, let's consider Göbekli Tepe. Imagine, if you will, a time long before the pyramids, before writing, even before the invention of the wheel. Picture a landscape in southeastern Turkey, a place where, for millennia, the wind whispered secrets across the Anatolian plateau. And in that very place, nestled amongst the hills, lies Göbekli Tepe. This isn't just some ancient ruin, it's a challenge, a whisper of history that questions everything we thought we knew. For decades, the accepted narrative of early civilization followed a predictable path: small, nomadic hunter-gatherer groups slowly evolving into larger, more settled agricultural societies. Then, with the surplus of food, came the rise of complex civilizations, grand cities, and monumental architecture. Göbekli Tepe, however, throws a large stone into this carefully constructed pond. This site, dating back to around 10,000 BCE, predates the agricultural revolution by thousands of years. Here, amidst the rolling hills, we find massive, intricately carved T-shaped pillars arranged in carefully planned circular enclosures. These aren't the haphazard structures one might expect from a small band of hunters. This is planned, organized construction on a scale previously unimaginable for that period. It requires a level of societal organization and cooperation that completely upends our conventional understanding. The sheer size and sophistication of Göbekli Tepe's architecture suggest a level of social complexity far beyond what we'd assumed possible for hunter-gatherers. It implies a coordinated effort, a shared vision, a level of planning and resource management usually associated with much later civilizations. It forces us to question whether the traditional linear progression from hunter-gatherer to farmer to city builder is entirely accurate. Perhaps, instead of agriculture sparking civilization, a complex social structure allowed the construction of Göbekli Tepe, and perhaps other yet undiscovered sites, and only later did agriculture become the focus. The mystery surrounding Göbekli Tepe deepens the questions, encouraging further exploration into the multifaceted development of human society. The very existence of this site,
This carefully crafted monument in the distant past reminds us how much we still have to learn, how many layers of history remain hidden, awaiting their turn to be revealed in the gentle passage of time. So, let these thoughts drift away with you as you sink into a restful sleep, dreaming of ancient wonders and the enduring mysteries of our shared past.
Now, drift away with me to the Anatolian plateau, thousands of years ago. Imagine a time before writing, before cities, even before agriculture as we know it. Picture a landscape slowly yielding to the careful hands of early humans, not with plows and fields, but with something far more profound. We're talking about Göbekli Tepe, a place that whispers secrets of a time long past. This isn't just some collection of stones, it's a carefully planned, monumental structure, older than Stonehenge, older than the pyramids, older than anything we previously thought possible for hunter-gatherer societies. These massive T-shaped pillars, intricately carved with animals and abstract symbols, stand as silent witnesses to a level of societal organization we never anticipated. The sheer scale of the undertaking suggests a complex social structure, advanced planning, and a sophisticated understanding of engineering and cooperation. Think about it, moving those enormous stones, erecting the structures, coordinating the efforts of many people, all without metal tools, without wheeled vehicles, without the established systems of agriculture that we previously associated with complex societies. This discovery challenges the very foundations of our understanding of human history. For so long, we've followed a linear progression: hunter-gatherers, then agriculture, then settled communities, then civilizations. Göbekli Tepe throws a wrench into that neat timeline. It suggests that complex social structures, the ability to cooperate on massive projects, and even a degree of artistic and spiritual expression might have preceded rather than followed the development of agriculture. Perhaps, instead of agriculture being the catalyst for complex societies, it was the other way around. Perhaps the sophisticated social structures needed to build Göbekli Tepe created the conditions that eventually led to the development of agriculture. This isn't just about moving dates on a timeline, it's about fundamentally reassessing our understanding of human potential, our capacity for collaboration, and the path our species has taken. Let the mystery of Göbekli Tepe lull you into a peaceful slumber as you contemplate the vast, unfolding story of humanity. And as you drift off, remember the whispers from the past, echoing through time, gently guiding your dreams. Now, as the gentle hum of the night settles around you, let's drift further into the mystery of those ancient pillars. Remember those intricate carvings? We've already admired their beauty, but tonight, let's consider what they mean. Each swirling line, each carefully etched symbol, whispers secrets from a forgotten time. The builders, whoever they were, didn't just decorate these stones, they imbued them with meaning, a visual language speaking across the centuries. Some scholars believe the repeating sun motif represents a reverence for the sun's life-giving power, a fundamental belief in a world where the sun's journey mirrored their own lives, a cycle of birth, growth, and eventual rest. Others point to the recurring patterns of intertwined serpents, interpreting them as symbols of fertility, of the Earth's power to sustain life, and the cyclical nature of time itself, a constant ebb and flow, a gentle rhythm mirroring the rise and fall of the tide. Consider the stylized birds, their wings outstretched in flight. Are they simply decorative, or do they signify a longing for freedom, a hope for a journey beyond the known world, a spiritual ascension towards something greater? Perhaps, in the way the birds are depicted, there's a hint of a story, a journey undertaken, a destination reached or still sought. And what of the geometric shapes, the precise angles and overlapping lines? These, some argue, represent a deep understanding of the cosmos, a sophisticated knowledge of astronomy, perhaps even a calendar system woven into the very fabric of the stone. Each carefully placed line, every subtle curve, could hold a piece of a celestial map, a record of the movements of stars and planets. As you listen to the quiet of the night, imagine the builders painstakingly carving these symbols, infusing each line with their beliefs, their hopes, their understanding of the world. They were laying down not just stones, but a legacy of their thoughts and dreams. The pillars, silently standing through the ages, continue to whisper their secrets, waiting patiently to be understood. Let the mystery gently lull you into a peaceful sleep. Now, as the sun dips below the horizon, let's imagine ourselves gently drifting towards sleep while we consider the ongoing mysteries of Göbekli Tepe. The work there continues, a slow and careful dance between the past and the present. Imagine the archaeologists, their brushes dusting away millennia of earth, revealing another intricately carved pillar, another clue whispered from the stone. They are painstakingly documenting every detail, every scratch and chip, every subtle variation in the carvings. High-resolution imaging techniques now allow them to see details invisible to the naked eye, revealing secrets hidden within the stone's very texture. Perhaps a faint inscription, a previously unseen animal, or a symbol that unlocks a new understanding of their cosmology. Future excavations will likely uncover more structures, perhaps even whole new enclosures, extending the site's already impressive size. Each new discovery will add another layer to the complex story of Göbekli Tepe, helping us unravel the lives of these remarkable people. They may uncover more evidence of their daily routines, shedding light on their tools, their food sources, and their social structures. Perhaps analysis of the soil will reveal further clues about their environment, the plants and animals that surrounded them. And the ongoing research into the carvings will surely reveal more profound insights into their beliefs, their spiritual practices, and their understanding of the world. We can imagine scientists meticulously studying the arrangement of the pillars, searching for patterns that might reveal astronomical knowledge or sophisticated mathematical systems. The mysteries surrounding Göbekli Tepe are vast, but with each passing year, with each new discovery, we inch closer to a clearer picture. It's a process that unfolds slowly, like the setting sun, painting the sky with the hues of the past, guiding you gently to sleep. Let the quiet hum of discovery lull you into peaceful slumber as the secrets of Göbekli Tepe continue to unfold, generation after generation. Now, let's drift gently towards the ancient lands of southeastern Turkey to a place called Göbekli Tepe. Imagine, if you will, a time long before writing, before even the wheel. Picture rolling hills, a landscape untouched by the plow. This is where Göbekli Tepe sits, a mystery nestled amongst the earth. Massive T-shaped pillars, intricately carved with animals and symbols, rise from the ground, a testament to a skill and artistry that blossomed thousands of years ago. These aren't the crude structures of a simple hunter-gatherer society. They're monumental, carefully planned, and surprisingly sophisticated. Göbekli Tepe predates agriculture. This is key. While many civilizations developed agriculture alongside or even because of the growth of complex societies, Göbekli Tepe challenges this understanding. It presents us with a highly organized community possessing remarkable architectural and artistic capabilities existing before the widespread adoption of farming. This suggests that the development of complex societies wasn't automatically tied to the cultivation of crops. Perhaps, instead of agriculture driving social complexity, other factors, social organization, religious beliefs, trade networks, played a significant role. Think about that for a moment. The gentle breeze rustling through the imagined fields of that ancient landscape. Göbekli Tepe whispers a different story, a story of human ingenuity unburdened by the constraints of farming. Perhaps it was a sacred site, a place of pilgrimage and ritual, drawing people together from vast distances. Perhaps it fostered a collaborative spirit, strengthening social bonds and driving innovation, long before the need for a settled lifestyle dictated by the harvest. The exact purpose of Göbekli Tepe remains elusive, its secrets guarded by the sands of time, a gentle puzzle to contemplate as we drift off to sleep. The mysteries of the past continue to unfold, slowly revealing their secrets and inviting us to dream. Let the quiet hum of history lull you into a peaceful slumber. Now, as the gentle hum of the night settles around you, let's drift to a place far older than recorded history, a place called Göbekli Tepe. Imagine, if you will, a time long before writing, before the wheel, even before the first farming settlements. Picture a landscape in southeastern Turkey, a land of rolling hills and a clear, star-filled sky. It is here, nestled amongst the ancient stones, that Göbekli Tepe whispers its secrets. This isn't just any ancient site. It's a revelation, a challenge to everything we thought we knew about the dawn of civilization. Imagine immense T-shaped pillars, some weighing many tons, painstakingly carved with intricate animals and symbols. These weren't simple structures, they were temples, meticulously planned and built by people we can only imagine. They erected these massive stones thousands of years before the pyramids of Egypt, before Stonehenge, before the great civilizations of Mesopotamia and the Nile. The sheer scale of Göbekli Tepe, the precision of its construction, challenges our understanding of early human societies. It suggests a level of organization, of communal effort that was previously considered impossible for hunter-gatherers. Think of the planning, the cooperation, the immense physical effort required to move these stones and shape them with such detail. Each carving, each carefully placed stone tells a story of a society far more sophisticated than we once believed. Göbekli Tepe's legacy reaches far beyond its ancient stones. It compels us to reconsider our assumptions about the development of civilization, challenging the linear progression we once imagined. It forces us to appreciate the ingenuity and complexity of early human societies, reminding us that even in the distant past, human potential flourished. The mysteries it holds continue to fascinate archaeologists and inspire wonder in all who learn of it. A quiet testament to the enduring power of human ingenuity and collaboration, a story that whispers on the wind through the ages.
So let these ancient secrets lull you into a peaceful sleep, a sleep as deep and old as the land itself. Imagine, if you will, the sun dipping low over the Anatolian plains, casting long shadows across the rolling hills. The air is cool, carrying the scent of wild grasses and distant woods. It's a scene that played out countless times thousands of years ago, witnessed by the people who built Göbekli Tepe. Picture them, these ancient builders, their hands calloused from working the stone, their eyes gazing up at the same star-studded sky we see today. They weren't kings or queens, not in the way we understand those titles. They were farmers, hunters, perhaps shamans, their lives interwoven with the rhythms of nature, the changing seasons, the hunt for sustenance. What drove them to create such a monumental structure? We can only guess, piecing together fragments of a story lost to time. Perhaps it was a place of worship, a sacred space where they connected with the divine, where they celebrated life and mourned death. Perhaps it was a gathering place, a central point for their community, a place to share stories, knowledge, and traditions passed down through generations. The immense T-shaped pillars, painstakingly carved with intricate animal reliefs, stand as silent witnesses to their dedication, their artistry, their profound connection to the land. Think of the effort involved, the planning, the coordination, the sheer physical strength required to move those massive stones, to shape them, to erect them. It wasn't a single generation's work. It was a collective endeavor, a testament to human ingenuity and cooperation. These were not isolated individuals. They were part of a thriving community, a society capable of grand visions and collaborative achievement. As you drift off to sleep, let the image of those ancient builders linger in your mind, a gentle reminder of humanity's enduring capacity for creativity, community, and enduring connection to the mysteries of the universe. Let their quiet dedication inspire you as the gentle rhythm of your breath carries you into the peaceful embrace of slumber. And in that stillness, perhaps you too can feel a connection to the ancient spirits who built Göbekli Tepe under the same vast, timeless sky. And so, as the sun dips below the horizon, painting the Anatolian sky in hues of orange and rose, we leave Göbekli Tepe behind. Imagine yourself, if you will, walking slowly away from those ancient stones, the setting sun warming your face. The air is still, carrying only the whisper of the wind through the grasses. You feel a profound sense of peace, a quiet awe settling over you. The weight of millennia rests lightly on your shoulders, not as a burden, but as a comforting blanket. These towering pillars, these intricately carved animals, they have whispered their secrets to you tonight. They've shared stories of a time long past, a time of community, of shared purpose, of artistry born from the heart of humanity. And you, dear listener, have been a part of that story, even if only for a brief time. Carry this feeling with you as you drift off to sleep. Let the image of Göbekli Tepe, bathed in the soft glow of the setting sun, settle gently in your mind. See the shapes of the animals, feel the coolness of the stone beneath your fingertips in your dreams. Let the quiet mystery of its purpose lull you into a peaceful slumber. Perhaps in your dreams, you'll find yourself walking amongst those ancient pillars, feeling the connection to those who built them, who gazed upon the same stars, who felt the same wonder at the vastness of the universe. Perhaps you'll hear their whispers, not in words, but in the rustling of the wind, the chirping of crickets,
the quiet rhythm of your own breathing. Let the wonder of Göbekli Tepe enfold you, a comforting embrace as you gently slip away into sleep. The mysteries of the past are yours to hold, not to solve, but to simply appreciate. Rest now, and let the ancient stones keep watch over you until the morning light. Sleep well. You are safe. You are home.